So come at a good time for us, and then try to get realigned back up for the weekend. So we got to dig our heels in and get back to climbing. Questions you might have?
Seems like the defense was the thing that you had that's been most consistent this year, and it sounded like it failed you a little bit over the weekend. What do you guys need to do to get that back?
Well, I think when Joe gets back on the field, I think that's a lot of it. First of all, I think a little bit of rest this week, I think, will do him some good. From Little Rock last weekend to this weekend, we did 27 hours on a bus. Last night we got in at 3 o'clock in the morning, so it's 33 hours on a bus in a week, from weekend to weekend. So I think the rest is going to be good for him, and just try to get realigned, get Gunner back out on Friday night, and get back to who we were. I think we can do that. I think we got a lot of things out of line, out of our routine going into the weekend, and just didn't play the way we needed to play. But they've been there all year defensively, so I don't think it'll be a big issue. Disappointed that we couldn't play better, but I also believe that we can be better for this weekend. Just strain, a little strain, just more in his swinging than anything. He can catch, but it hurts more when you swing. Not too bad. His catching and throwing doesn't bother him as much as it does swinging. Yeah, but I think the 2 days off he had leading into Friday was good, and then I think the more he swings, the more it kind of irritates it a little bit. But this week he'll get the most rest than he's had really all season, because he's got Monday through Thursday of this week. Plus you throw the added bus rides on it too. That's a big difference maker too. So I think this week would be good for him, good for the whole team. I really do. Even though they're in finals, I think getting off the road, getting back at home is going to be good. Huh? Yeah. His back's good. His is another one that I just think is a long-term period on some buses, and I think this week getting off that bus this morning at 3 in the morning, you could just tell they were relieved, for finally being off the road. So we started this whole season on the road, the whole month of February, and then we picked back up this last 2 weeks. So 33 hours on a bus in a week, 2 weekends is a lot of travel. So no excuses. It is what it is, but I think it's going to help them. I think some good things are happening this week, hopefully, where they can get back on their own field. We get Joe back on the field. We get Gunner line back up on Friday. So I think some good things can happen this week for us to dig our heels in and get going again. Well, no, I think no matter what you do, like Coach won a championship, but I can tell you he wants to move past it. That's a positive thing. We had a poor weekend, but we have to move past it too. I think in this business, you're constantly trying to move past something. Is it easier maybe to move past a championship? I don't know. Sometimes that's debatable. Coach will tell you that. A big win off Texas, is that easy to move on from? So sometimes they're both difficult to move on from because they're 17, 18, 19-year-old kids. But I think either way, you're moving on from something. And then when you look at the weekend, I think this week there are a lot of things we can do to fix, I think, what occurred. I think we can get back in our routines. We can get off the bus. We can get back home. Get some needed rest, get a couple guys' bodies healed up that are not season-ending injuries, but they're definitely injuries that affect their play. So I think this week can be good, but you got to get it out. I mean, we could have swept this weekend. I would probably answer the question the same way. We got to get beyond it. It's just one of them is probably funner to get beyond than the other one. If you will, but we just have to move on, and I think we can. I really think Joe's the anchor of us defensively. I've said that all year. That's why we never put him in center field. He's the one that locks down our defense, and the defense has been good all year. I don't think you take one weekend and try to cover up a whole year. I just think we've got to get some rest this week, get healed up, and hopefully get a little mental rest too this week after they get out of finals, and then dig our heels in and get after it this weekend. I think we got Texas State, huh? I don't know who we got. See, there you go. That's so far I look ahead.
But just, no matter who it is, just back at home, defensive, I feel like that might correct itself. Bats are kind of hot and cold. Just kind of, is this a chance to just get back to normal maybe?
Well, again, I think I've always said this. Jeff will tell you this. And Coach answered it earlier that way too. That goes to show you how much I know who we're playing as much as us. The way I look at it, it was my job this week. I worked to focus on the way they think. That's all I really worry about is how they think. And I did a poor job this week. So I've got to do a better job this week of getting them ready. But really, we never really worry about who we play in because I've always believed this in the whole history of my career. I don't think it's your opponent that does you in. Like nobody ran in front of our shortstop and made him miss the ball this weekend. Nobody, did anything to us that we didn't do to ourselves. So I really stay focused on us. I think it's us that has to fix us and not get too wound up. Do you enjoy getting swept? No way. As Coach said earlier, this game will humble you. You can get back from getting a win over Texas and then get swept. That's the nature of this beast. You will have to eat humble pie somewhere in there. You want to try to stay away from that to the most you can. So I think the big key for us is not who we play in, but back to us. Get back on our routine. Get Gunner to go out on Friday night because Gunner sets such a great tempo for us. Our team believes we can beat anybody on the night that he takes that mound. And I think he sets a good tempo for the whole weekend to get us off and get us going. So that's the way I look at it versus, kind of who we're playing.